time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for hope, vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for hope, vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When
Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing as I invite Pandit Harday Maharaj to open this evening's meeting in a word of prayer.
Good evening to each and everyone. Sitaram. Today, as I offer prayer to the Lord on the occasion of this meeting of the Chaguanas East constituency, today we'll offer prayer to two main aspects of God in the Hindu religion. Many are the manifestations of that one Lord in Hindu religion. Many are the functions of God. Today we'll offer prayer to Lord Ganesh and Mother Saraswati. Lord Ganesh himself has many different forms and names. One of his names is Lambodara. Lambodara is the one with the big stomach. He has the capacity to withstand all problems. We have had enough problems. It's time for Lord Ganesh to manifest now as Vignarajam, to remove all those difficulties and to become Ganapati, the head of all the attendants. He's removed difficulties and obstacles, and we'll pray that anyone who have difficulties in getting here and leaving here, any problem that may arise during the meeting, that the Lord will remove them. We'll also pray to Mother Saraswati, one of the main goddess in the Hindu religion. This is the Navratri period, where the Devi is worshipped, and Mother Saraswati is the goddess of wisdom, learning, and understanding. May she bless our meeting, that everybody will be able to understand what takes place here and be able to make the correct decisions. These two deities in the Hindu religion, they have a similar posture. The only two that has that posture. They sit with one foot dangling over the other. It tells us something. It tells us that our mind must be subservient to our intellect. Meaning that whenever a thought comes to your mind, you must not act on that thought immediately. You must send that thought to your brain, where God is, and let God help you make the correct decisions. So, as I offer prayer this day, let us ask the Lord to remove all difficulties and problems from us in this meeting. May the various speakers who will speak to us give us the evidence and the knowledge why we should make the correct decision in the general election coming. So we pray. You pray in whatever manner, whatever religion you belong to, how you are taught to pray, you pray. God is a linguist. God understands all languages. But the best language for God is the pure prayer that comes from your heart. So pray in whatever form you know to pray, and ask the Lord to bless us, bless this meeting. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Om Karvam Stulatanung Gajendra Badanam Lambodaram Sundaram Prasyandana Madaganda Loba Madupa Byalo Lagandastalam Dantagata Bidari Tari Rudirair Sindur Shobakaram Vandeshaila Suta Sutam Ganapatim Siddhi Pradam Kamadam Om Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vadanti Param Pradhanam Purushantatanye Vishwudgati Karanam Ishwaram Va Tasame Namo Vigna Vinashanaya Om Vigneshwarai Varadai Surapriyai Lambodarai Sakalai Jagadvitai Nagananai Suti Yagya Vibhushitai Gauri Sutai Gadanat Namo Namaste Om Vinadare Vipula Mangaledana Ashile Bhaktarti Nashini Viranshi Harisha Vande Kirti Prade Akila Manoratade Maharhe Vidya Pradayani Saraswati Naumi Nityam. God bless you all. Thank you all. May you have a safe meeting. May you be able to understand all that take place here this afternoon and make the correct decisions, as the sun will always rise after darkness. God bless you all.
You may have your seats. Thank you very much, Pandit Hardev Maharaj, and we want to get straight into our meeting. We have a very compact meeting this evening, so we go straight into welcome remarks. And at this point in time, I want to call the Deputy Campaign Manager for the Chaguanas East constituency, Mr. Michael Guelmo, a stalwart in the politics, a man who has been around this politics for quite a number of years. I consider him a seasoned campaigner. Put your hands together for Michael Guelmo.
Good night, my Good night, my UNC brothers and sisters. Before I start or bring you welcome remarks, I would like for us to just stand for one moment in silence for the passing of one of our stalwart, our supporter, Mr. Carlton Rampasad. May eternal rest be granted unto him, O Lord. May he rest in peace. Amen. You may have your seat. Good night, my UNC brothers and sisters. What do we say when UNC wins, everybody wins? Let me hear you, man. All your kind of silent. When UNC wins, right. Honorable political leader of the United National Congress, Ms. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, candidates for the 2025 general election, UNC brothers and sisters from the East, the West, the North, the South, and you here in the Central, it is my honor to welcome you all to this meeting here tonight at Jerningham Junction in Cunupia as we continue our community meetings. Brothers and sisters, I just want to give you all a little sneak peek, a preview of what the United National Congress have to offer. As you have seen, we are problem solvers. We have competence in our party. We have creative and critical thinkers in our party. We know how to make this country move forward again. We have team players, as we have all seen with the Honorable Rudal Inder Singh. He did not get a seat, but he did not leave. He didn't go anywhere. He remained to fight, to struggle for you, the people of our country. And more so, our leader has pronounced on artificial intelligence. I want to let you know, people, my brothers and sisters, today I stand in support of my candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohip, as her deputy campaign manager. I have been around a long time. I have brought two councillors into office for the Enterprise South, Londonville North districts as their campaign managers. So I know that Ms. Mohit is in good hands, and she will win and bring home this seat to the United National Congress. For when UNC wins, everybody wins. In closing, I want to tell you that we have a task at hand. Everything is not hunky-dory. If you don't work, you cannot reap the benefit. If you sit down home and say, look, listen, man, UNC don't win, you see what's going on? Everybody yellow. That is not a good state to make. We have to go out come April 29 and vote for your candidate. April 20th, sorry, the 29th is the winning date. And vote for your candidate wherever they may be in the whole of Trinidad and Trinidad. We're not fighting in Tobago. And make sure that the United National Congress becomes the next government of Trinidad and Tobago, so that we, our children, our grandchildren, will reap the benefits. My brothers and sisters, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Guemo, Deputy Campaign Officer. Ladies and gentlemen, those on the outside, those under the sound of my voice, we are the United National Congress. We are on the road to victory. I just want to mention something here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a saying that enough is enough. The time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens, those who are on the web and looking on to us, when we go to the polls to vote on April 28th, we have the opportunity to remove this oppressive, uncaring PNM government. We have the opportunity on April 28th to break the shackles of oppression by this PNM government. We have the opportunity to break the shackles of dictatorship. We have the opportunity to break the shackles of poverty. We have the opportunity to break the shackles of nepotism and remove this vindictive PNM government once and for all from the face of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have the opportunity to install a United National Congress government under the leadership of the Honorable Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar, who is the political leader of the United National Congress. For when the UNC wins, everybody wins. When the UNC wins, everybody wins. Let us not waste this opportunity come April 28th. So on April 28th, midnight, we must be celebrating. We must be all winners. Do you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen? We have that chance on April 28th to make the difference. At this point in time, I want to introduce a young lady who has entered the politics and has given the opportunity to serve as the Deputy Mayor of the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, and she has been doing well in her role as the Councillor for the Electoral District of Montrose. Let us welcome to the podium Councillor and Deputy Mayor Melissa Jadunana.
One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins.
Esteemed political leader of the United National Congress, the Honorable Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, candidates, prospective candidates, members of the local government fraternity. Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, my UNC family, and welcome to our general elections community meeting at Gibson Trace North. I'd like to recognize the presence of Mr. Rudranath Indar Singh. Can we give a round of applause for Mr. Indar Singh? Today, I stand before you not just as your deputy mayor, but as a proud advocate for progress, community, and leadership, values embodied by our candidate for Chaguanas East, Ms. Vandana Mohit. Since her historic election in 2020, Ms. Mohit has proven time and time again that dedication, vision, and compassion transform lives. At just 22 years old, Vandana began her journey in public service, becoming the youngest mayor of Chaguanas in 2019. Her rise didn't stop there. As the Member of Parliament, she championed education, a cause closest to her heart. A valedictorian and recipient of the Good Citizenship Award, she pursued advanced degrees in mass communication, proving that education is the cornerstone of empowerment. But she didn't keep that knowledge to herself. She used it to uplift our community. Through initiatives like Happy Hands and Feet, she addressed social development, ensuring vulnerable families received much-needed support. Her youth empowerment program equipped young people with tools for safety, security, and leadership, while her sports and cultural development projects have united us through shared heritage and pride. These aren't just policies, they're lifelines for countless families. Her watchwords: live, work, and grow. In Parliament, Ms. Mohit has been a fearless voice. She has fought against the regressive taxes like the 7% online tax and advocated for the repeal of the burdensome property tax, standing firm for economic justice. Her work on community comfort patrols has made our neighborhoods safer, reflecting her unwavering commitment to your security. But what truly sets Vandana apart is her roots. A daughter of Cunupia, she understands our struggles because she has lived them. From her days as a local government councillor to her role as the Member of Parliament, she has remained family-oriented, grounded, and accessible. A leader in the community, one who listens to everyone. As we approach 2025 general elections, the choice is clear. Vandana Mohit isn't just a candidate. She is a catalyst for change. Let us re-elect a Member of Parliament who turns promises into progress and challenges into triumphs. Together, let's keep Chaguanas East thriving. Thank you, and may God bless our community. When UNC wins!
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor, Councillor for Montrose, and we move straight into the program. And at this point, coming to the microphone to bring greetings as a young man, community-oriented through sports and harnessing the interests of the youth. Let us welcome at this point Councillor Justin Lee Stewart, for the Councillor for the Enterprise North Electoral District.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of our community, all established protocol observed. Thank you for gathering here in this special place, Vandana Mohit's home street, where she was born and raised. It's an honor to stand here and speak about someone who truly embodies the spirit of our community. Today, I want to take a moment to endorse my candidate, your candidate, the UNC candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohit. Her dedication to our community is evident in everything she does. As your MP, she has consistently demonstrated a commitment to serve each and every one of you. Vandana doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. From the moment she stepped into the political arena, Vandana has been a tireless advocate for our needs, whether it is ensuring our voices are heard in Parliament or working alongside local councillors like myself and all others here to improve our neighborhoods. Her representation speaks for itself. She brings a unique understanding of our challenges because she has experienced them. She knows our struggles, the ones we face, the hopes we carry, and the dreams we aspire to achieve. Every day, Vandana strives to bridge the gaps that divide us. She listens to our concerns and takes action. Her track record is a testament to her unwavering commitment to this community and Chaguanas East. But it's just not her accomplishments alone. It's her character. Vandana is approachable, passionate, and always willing to lend a helping hand. She is a person who believes in all inclusivity. In Vandana, we have a champion for everyone, regardless of background or circumstances. As we stand here today, let's remember that this campaign is not just about one person. It's about all of us coming together to envision a brighter and safer future for our community. When Vandana is elected, we will have a representative who will prioritize our needs and work tirelessly to ensure our voices resonate in every decision that affects us. So I invite you all, join me in supporting Vandana Mohit. Let's rally behind her, not just as a candidate, but a fellow home girl. Together, let's pave the way for a brighter future led by a true daughter of the soil, a daughter of this community and Chaguanas East. Remember, when UNC wins, long live the UNC, long live the honorable political leader, Ms. Kamla Prasad Bisesa.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins.
Thank you very much, Councillor Justin Stewart. And coming right on the heels after him is a young lady who is attached to the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, Councillor for the Electoral District of Enterprise South, leading the charge in Enterprise South. Let's welcome Councillor Brenda John.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins,
Gibson Street North. I am here. Home girl, Ms. Vandana Mohit. All protocol observed. And I must congratulate Dr. Richard Citron on his appointment and representing again for Caroni East, and the Honorable Political Leader, Ms. Kamla Bisesa SC, and all other heads of the different parties, NGOs, and the community and representative for the different areas. I am here to support, we are here to support our home girl, Ms. Vandana Mohit. She has been our MP for how many years? 5? Could say 4.5, because they didn't complete it as yet. It doesn't matter. We are here to support her 100%. Vandana has worked tirelessly in the community, from district to district. 4 councillors all won their seat underneath Ms. Mohit. And it's because of her hard work and dedication. She never left our side. And she will continue to support us. We will continue as a community, and the constituency of Chaguanas East will stand by Vandana 100%. 100%. We're going down on the 4th nomination day. Vandana has put in tireless work. Tireless, from children, grandchildren, parents, homework center, name it. Ms. Mohit has done it without questionable doubt. No one could contest. International Women's Day, she will call all the ladies in her area, each and every one, line the table in her compound, at her office, making sure everyone have something to put on the table. This is the type of individual that's going up for Chaguanas East to represent us again. So what you all think? You all will lose out on this. This is not something that we have to stay home and say, Ms. Mohit win, you know. This is something we have to come out as individuals and show the support. Election is won on election day, because when UNC wins, let me tell you something. Let me close this a minute and talk from the heart. 2010, you all will see me close to Ms. Mohit, walking, sanitizing. That is when I know the type of individual Ms. Mohit is. A no-nonsense person, very straightforward, hardworking, dedicated. If you think you could get something within 24 hours, you're going by Ms. Mohit. Ms. Mohit has been seeing people non-stop. I want to mention something where enterprise is concerned. I think everybody sitting here know African Ground and Enterprise. She has been lobbying in Parliament, lobbying for security in Enterprise. When young Jaden Maris has lost his life on Enterprise on African Ground, up to now we can't get the police post. But you know what? With her lobbying, we get 16 cameras on African Ground and Enterprise, where they could perform basketball games safely. And she will continue again to lobby for that community center that started in African Ground. Without Ms. Mohib lobbying for it, it wouldn't have started. So let's support her in all the way. Go right up. Home Girl is here to stay for another 5 years. Gibson Street, Chaguanas East. Let's do it. Chaguanas East, we are here with Home Girl. When UNC wins, love you all. Peace.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins.
Thank you very much, Councillor Brenda John. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some seats, some chairs just came in. So maybe if you want to come out a little weather out there, you can have some seats to the back, please. Coming to the podium at this point in time is also another young woman who is attached to the Tunapuna Regional Corporation, but she has some burgesses under the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, and she is the councillor for Kelly Village, Warrenville. Let's all welcome Ms. Kamla Pagu, councillor for the Kelly Warrenville area.
He wins, everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father.
To my political leader, the Honorable Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar, and our next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, candidates, UNC activists, councillors, and you, the people of Chaguanas East, good evening. It is always a pleasure to stand before you as your councillor for Kelly Village, Warrenville. But let me be honest with you. This journey has not been easy. As your local government representative, I have faced roadblocks after roadblocks, not from a lack of will, but from the deliberate starvation of resources. We were promised the property tax, and we were told that it would be used to fix our roads, upgrade our drainage, and improve our local infrastructure. Instead, what have we seen? Broken promises. These funds were told to be reinvested into our communities, which have never been materialized. Instead, we are left begging for what is rightfully ours, while the government officials in Port-of-Spain deciding on their own constituencies which areas are worthy of development and which are to be left behind. But in the face of all of these challenges, one thing remains strong: our commitment in the UNC to get things done. I have been privileged to work alongside our Member of Parliament for Chaguanas East, Ms. Vandana Mohit, a woman who understands the struggles of our people, who fight tirelessly to ensure, despite the odds, we get it done in the UNC. Together, we fought for better roads, safer communities, and real improvements in the lives of our community. But tonight, I want to make one thing clear. Vandana Mohit has been the champion of Chaguanas East. And when I mean the champion, I mean she's the real champion. She's the home girl. So I stand here firmly on the support of her continued representation. We need people like her. We need people on the ground who understand our struggles, who will not be silenced by those dictators who are in power and their excuses. That is why today I'm asking each and every one of you to stand with us, to stand with the UNC, to support real leadership. And when I say real leadership, I'm talking about our honorable political leader, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So in this election, let us make our voices heard. Together, we will not be ignored. Together, we will demand better. And today, we will continue to fight for the communities we all love. Because when the UNC wins, everybody wins. I thank you.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kamla Pagu. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been advised that there may be some bit of technical difficulties because of the minor rain that we are having, but I want to tell you something. Rain, thunder, lightning, sunshine, whatever it is, it may affect us a little bit now, but come April 28th, on that day, let nothing keep you back in Chaguanas East. Go out to the polls and vote for our home girl, our candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohit. Let me just take this opportunity to recognize officially our newly selected 2025 candidate who served for 5 years previously, Dr. Richard Sicharan. Put your hands together for him. Could you stand, please, Doc? A man who has served the people in the constituency of Karen East, and I heard that Mr. Rudy in Nursing, are you there? Somebody mentioned your name. Are you there, Rudy? In the background anywhere? But thank you, Rudy, for your loyalty. We thank those, even Ms. Jayanti Lachmidiyal, for their loyalty, for standing firm and uniting and showing the strength in our party, not like some of those in the past. I want to bring on to the podium at this point in time a gentleman from the community. He's an outspoken Burgess on community issues and a member of the Jerningham Junction Farmers Association. Can we welcome Burgess Marlon? I'm going to say Malcolm. Marlon Matura. Let's welcome Marlon Matura as he comes to the podium.
Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising.
Good night, everyone. Member of Parliament for Chaguanas East, Ms. Vandana Mohammed. To the speakers gone by, good afternoon all. I'm Marlon Matura, President of the Jerningham Farming Association, situated off Endeavour Road. Ms. Mohammed has been a beacon of light for our farmers, as she has spearheaded many initiatives in assisting in alleviating all hardship and suffering of farmers. She has assisted in clearing agriculture road, clearing of drains used to irrigate crops, as well as contributing financially to assist farmers. So Ms. Mohit, on behalf of the farmers of the Jerningham Farming Association, we say a resounding thank you and a vote for you and a vote for the United Congress is guaranteed. Calling all farmers in Chaguanas East, April the 28th, come out and vote for our home girl, Ms. Vandana Mohit.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins.
Thank you, Marlon, for those words. And ladies and gentlemen, what you have been hearing of our candidate, from all the speakers who have come to this podium, rest assured, and I guarantee you, they are not just words, they are the reality of her representation. She has done so much as an opposition member of parliament. Imagine what she can do when we form the government in just about 3+ weeks, when the resources are available. Imagine the representation we can get in Chaguanas East. You would have to just wait, see, and then you would actually believe the caliber of our candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohit. Put your hands together for our candidate. At this point in time, I want to bring on to the podium a child of the UNC. Her parents has been in around the politics and within the constituency of Chaguanas East for quite a long time. I believe maybe when she was in her parents' belly, they were also around politics campaigning. So let us welcome at this point Ms. Celine Boudram, a youth within the constituency of Chaguanas East.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC, one love, one team.
Good evening, everyone. I am Celine Badram, 17 years old. Today, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Member of Parliament, Ms. Vandana Mohit, for the tremendous support that she has given me in my educational journey. Coming from a background where access to resources was limited, I often worried about how I would keep up with my studies. But thanks to Auntie Van, I received the tools necessary to succeed. Whether it was assistance with school supplies or even securing a device and internet connectivity for virtual learning.
She ensured that I had what I needed to stay on track. Her intervention didn't just provide material support, it also gave me the confidence and motivation. Without her help, I would have faced significant challenges in keeping up with my studies, and my dreams for the future could have been stalled. Today, as I stand here, knowing that I can continue to excel because someone believed in me and took action to ensure that no barrier stood in my way. Auntie Van's commitment to students like me proves that true leadership means empowering the next generation. Thank you, Auntie Vans, for making a real difference in my life. I will always carry this gratitude with me as I strive to achieve my goals. Remember, secure our future and vote Auntie Vans on April 28th. Thank you.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Auntie Vans to the youth, a sister to the teenagers and the young people, a mother to the infants when she moves around. She is something to everybody, everywhere she goes within the constituency of Chaguanas East. And she has not attained that reputation by sitting in her office, as you would see from her videos, as you would see from her Facebook posts. She is on the ground, going out there, meeting the needs of the constituents and the people of Chaguanas East. A worthy candidate, a victorious candidate, come April 28th. At this point in time, we have another citizen. I call him Citizen Samuel Joseph from the constituency of Chaguanas East. He lives in the Enterprise area, and he will come and bring some words to us this evening. Let us welcome Samuel Joseph to the podium at this point.
Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your expert.
Good night, good night. I want to say good night to the opposition leader of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa. I want to say good night to the MP Vandana Mohit. And I want to say good night to the Journeyam people and the people of Chaguanas East. I am Samuel Joseph of Enterprise, Crown Trace Circular Drive. And I know Vandana a while now, a few years, and the reason why I come here is just because, good people, you can't just leave good people just so. And that is the reason why I'm here. If Vandana wasn't somebody good, I would not be here this afternoon. Remember why I tell all you, right? And I want to share some little thoughts with Vandana and myself. Well, number one, Vandana, since she's in opposition, not one day Vandana sit down and doing nothing. Vandana always on the move. You go to Facebook, she doing this, she doing that, she doing the other. But let me bypass that because we not long here. I do cricket and football in Enterprise, Postman Drive with all the youths. That is me, I is a sportsman. And every time I have a little tournament and I post up my flyer, the first person to call me is MP Vandana. I want to go too far back. I'll go right back for the Wally gone. I do a cricket tournament. She see the flyer. She called me. She said, Sam, that's what she's called me, Sammy. She said, but I'm fasting, boy. What is I doing there? I said, girl, I'm doing a little cricket in the community. You know me? She said, I'm fasting. But where you need, boy? Where you need? I said, well, a trophy and thing. She said, well, no problem. She said, here what's going on. Write up what trophy you need. Send it for man, I go handle you. Out of doubt, I collect this trophy. The lady fasted, And that is the reason why I'm here this afternoon. Otherwise, as I tell you, mean here. If I said to talk about the goodness of MP Vandana, I wouldn't done this afternoon. Recently, back here when Saturday gone, I had a next football tournament. I post up my flyer again. She saw it. Sammy, where you need, boy? I started to get frightened now because every time I doing something, what I need? I said, girl, I'm doing a little football. I want a little trophy. I want a little net for the goal post. As she see that when the Monday or the Tuesday, the tournament was the Saturday. She said, all right. She said, write down all we need and send it for me. Before Saturday, in 3, 4, 5 days, Vandana called me. She said, look, I have some first place trophy at the net here. Well, I can't do big up my counselor, Justin Lee Stewart, because he always had my back too, supporting me. And I want to say something to you all. We have a good woman in the community, MP Vandana Mohit. Trust me, a woman always on she foot. And we can't afford to lose Vandana. So, Journeyham people at Trinidad and Tobago, people at Chaguanas East are begging and are pleading when election day come out and vote. Come out and vote, because when MP Vandana Mohit wins, when the UNC wins, everybody wins. Thank you.
Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide.
So we continue, ladies and gentlemen, to hear the hearts of the constituents of Chaguanas East. And you can actually feel the emotions that are coming out from their heart for our candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohit. You know something, ladies and gentlemen? You would see our candidate moving around, giving hampers, giving people fish, actually giving them food to eat. You know what the good book says? When someone is hungry, you can't teach them to fish first. You have to feed them and then teach them. So when we provide the needs, when our candidate provide the needs for the constituents and they are okay, then they will be able to improve themselves. And that is what our candidate does. And not only that, she does not only do that on the ground here. When you look at her representation in Parliament, she has big seasoned men stuttering. She has big men like Fitzgerald Hines and them on the back foot that they cannot answer her when she brings a question to Parliament. That is the kind of representation we want. She's a firebrand young parliamentarian, and she will continue to bring that fire for Chaguanas East in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Put your hands together for her. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we have come into the podium a young man. Some of the people call him a heartthrob. They're always asking, boy, how you looking so nice? What you doing so? And that's only the physical aspect of it. I want to tell you something. This gentleman, who was a member of Parliament for the Barataria Sawa constituency, he served for 5 years, and he has been nominated to fight again in the Sawa Barataria area. He is known as the Shadow Attorney General. Put your hands together for our young man, a hard-hitting man, a man who was born in Chinchin Road, right neighboring Chaguanas East constituency, none other than the candidate, Saddam Hussein, who will bring greetings.
Vote UNC, one love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC.
Good evening, UNC family. Good evening, Chaguanas East. When Richard said that he's introducing a heartthrob, I didn't know it was me, you know. But tonight really shows the tremendous love, support, and admiration you have for your very hard-working member of Parliament, none other than Vandana Mohit. She didn't come from a rich background. She came from very humble beginnings. And that is why Vandana understands the struggle of the ordinary person on the ground. That is why she has turned Chaguanas East from a marginal constituency to a safe seat for the United National Congress. Vandana Mohit not only represents the people of Trinidad and Tobago in the Parliament and the people of Chaguanas East, but she does it outside of the Parliament. Every week, Vandana doing something. Every week, Vandana has supported her community. And it is a pleasure for me tonight to stand on this platform and give support and love from Barataria San Juan. Because when UNC wins, everybody wins. And when Vandana wins, Chaguanas East will win. Chaguanas East will win. Vandana has shown tremendous strength in the parliament. Many of you all may not know, and I do apologize, Vandana, for sharing some of our personal stories. But it was not an easy time that we had in that parliament. When we just entered there in 2020, Vandana will tell you about the insults. She will tell you how disgusting some of those PNM MPs were in terms of their crosstalk. And one day, the sleepy man tell Vandana something. And she say, see this? You might get one of this. But she didn't have to do that because he just knocked himself out in the parliament. But tonight, my brothers and sisters of United National Congress, I don't have to convince you that you have an excellent MP and great representation here in Chaguanas East. What I want to tell the people listening here, I think we have 3,300 people listening to this particular meeting, and this is a Wednesday evening. And would you know that the PNM have a wake on Harris Promenade and they have about 500 people watching? Vandana was able to get 3,300 people tuned into this meeting on a Wednesday night, and Stuart Young can't get that in Harris Promenade. He can't get that. So you'd have a next fella, he come walking around here, Richie Sukai, or whatever his name is. You think Richie will support the young lady that came on this platform earlier? Do you think Richie will support the Jenningham farmers? When Richie Sukai come by your doorstep, I want to tell you, you must ask him what he going to do about property tax. You know why? Because they are going to charge you property tax. When Richie Sukai come by your doorsteps to ask for a vote, you must ask him where the $3 billion go on that they cannot account for. When Richie Sukai come by your doorstep, you must ask him how Young could collect $87,000 per month for the rest of his life, but all your car increase old age pension. That is the questions I want you all to ask him. We have plans, we have policies, and we have the right leader, and you have the right MP. So I want you all on the 28th of April to go strong, go hard with Vandana Mohit. When the UNC wins, when the UNC wins, when the UNC wins, long live Kamla Prasad Bisesa, long live your MP Vandana Mohit, long live the United National Congress. I thank you very much.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins,
So we not only have firebrand representation in Chaguanas East, we have it in Sawa Barrett area also. These are the caliber of the candidates we have within the United National Congress. And coming to speak at this point in time is another candidate who has been selected for the constituency of Couva South. And I see him sitting there. I know he came in a bit late. But let us welcome at this point in time the former Member of Parliament for Princestown and the winning candidate for Couva South, Mr. Barry Padarat. Put your hands together for him.
everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for hope, vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can restore hope, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who lead with love, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC.
Chaguanas East, are you in the house? Political leader of the United National Congress
former Prime Minister and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, viewing us live from the battleground constituency of Chaguanas East, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisessa, Deputy Political Leader who has joined us this evening, all the way from Oropouche East, the Lion himself, our dear sister, the firebrand, the effervescent, the strong, and the woman who will be victorious on April 28th, right here in Chaguanas East, your own Member of Parliament, Vandana Mohit. My brother Saddam Hussein, contesting another battleground constituency. He is known as Saddam Hussein, taking over Barataria San Juan once more for the United National Congress come April 28th. Looking out in the audience, I see our neighboring constituency to Chaguanas East. A man who is well known, who has made a stride and continues to do tremendous work in the constituency of Carney East. Our dear brother, give it up for Dr. Rishi Sicharan. This evening, I see the Deputy Mayor of Chaguanas here with us, Councillor Melissa Jadunanan, Councillor Brenda John, the Saga Boy himself, Councillor Justin Stewart, Councillor Kamla Pagu, other brothers and sisters from the local government fraternity, brothers and sisters all. This evening, you assemble in your hundreds here in Chaguanas East. And I take it as a privilege and a pleasure to be invited to endorse the winning candidate for the United National Congress come April 28th, Vandana Mohit, for the constituency of Chaguanas East. Vandana has been the youngest member of parliament in the 13th Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Vandana and Saddam came in at the same age, gracing the hallowed walls of the House of Representatives. They came in green, but they are leaving ripe in yellow. I want to express how very proud I am of both Vandana and Saddam. Because many members of parliament, when they first come into the House of Representatives, it takes them a little while to get their feet wet. Many people have said to me, in the last parliament, the two members of parliament that stands out is Vandana Mohit and Saddam Hussein. They came into the parliament as youngsters, newbies. But in a short few months, when you listened to them speak, the eloquence, the education, the research, the class, and the level of debate was second to none than any other seasoned parliamentarian going and coming in the People's National Movement. One evening, I'll give you an example. One evening, Shamfa Kojo got up to speak in the parliament. Vandana, remember that? And all the frontline speakers of the UNC had already spoken in the debate. David Lee, the chief whip, turned to me and he said, Shamfa was crass. She was nasty. Who do we have that could stand up and battle Shamfa Kojo? I turned around and I said, but you have Vandana? He said, Vandana? I said, yes, put up Vandana. The speaker then adjourned for a short break. And we thought that we had to prepare Vandana. So we sat down with Vandana for the 15 minutes, preparing her in the tea room. When Vandana went back on, everything we prepared Vandana to say, she said none of that. She said 10 times better than what we prepared her for. When she was done with Shamfa Kojo could not show her face in the House of Representatives for the rest of the evening. I tell you those things to embolden you, to strengthen you so you know what you have in a parliamentary representative. You do not want a parliamentary representative who cannot speak on your behalf, who don't know the difference between Diwali and Christmas, who cannot speak on a political platform, who cannot speak inside of the parliament. Dr. Munilal always tells us, he says, parliament is to talk, stand up and talk. You are the elected representative to be the voice of the people of Chaguanas East. You cannot even string two proper sentences together. And therefore, what type of representation can you offer the people of Chaguanas East? Fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, Richie Sukai is no match for Vandana Mohit. When people tell me that Chaguanas East is a battleground constituency, I find that very hard to believe, because I've seen the growth, I've seen the determination, and I've seen the level of representation meted out to you, the people here. One evening I was driving past Price Plaza and water is gushing from one of those mains. 11 o'clock in the night, I see in this little chimney down there. I said, but I know that car. When I wind down the glasses, Vandana, tall boots, in the rain, 11 o'clock in the night, that is the quality of representative you have here in Chaguanas East. You do not need a representative who will sit in the ivory tower and does not know what it is like to come down and meet the ordinary man and woman and child on the street, who does not know what it is to look after basic things like food, social security. Now, Vandana speaks a lot inside and outside of Parliament on social development issues, speaking on behalf of the downtrodden, speaking on behalf of children who have been left to languish because of the People's National Movement. Vandana has been that voice for social justice in this country as it relates to issues like autism, children who suffer from cerebral palsy, people who are crying out. Those 200 food cards that we get every Christmas is because of Vandana Mohit. It is not because of any PNM minister. Vandana embarrassed them inside and outside of the parliament to make sure that we get food support in all 41 constituencies. That is just a sample of what she has done inside of the parliament as an opposition member. When I was coming in, I heard someone say, Vandana has done so much in opposition. Can you imagine what she will do in government? I want to tell you with conviction, Vandana Mohit will be a government minister. On April 28th, when you put your vote for her, Vandana will represent you as a minister in the government of Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Brothers and sisters, the PNM is saying that we can look forward to a new chapter, a new era. Tonight, I want to ask you in Chaguanas East, Richie Sukai has been in the Ministry of Works and Transport for over 3 years. Do you expect a new era with bumbling, fumbling, stumbling, old Richie Sukai? Do you expect any difference with sleepy, old Fitzgerald Hines? What new era could Stuart Young give you when he has been there for the past 10 years and you still have stagnation when it comes to water, basic things like that, schools, education, healthcare? Brothers and sisters, you have a pivotal role to play on April 28th. I know that you are here in your numbers to offer your love, your support for Vandana. But election is when? On election day. I'm glad I hear in Brenda, because Brenda, enterprise will be very important. And let me tell you, just as much as they love Vandana Mohit in Jerningham, I think they love her 10 times more in enterprise. Vandana does not discriminate. When Vandana celebrates Diwali, she's doing the same thing for Carnival. And that is the quality of leadership, leading by example. And it takes a lot for a young woman in particular to stand up. Saddam told you, when the PNM hurls the insults against us in the parliament, in the most derogatory manner, Vandana stands up not only for herself, she stands up for the women of Trinidad and Tobago and the political leader of the United National Congress. Brothers and sisters, on election day, you will determine not whether Vandana win or no. You will determine the margin of victory. And I want to tell you, you must ensure that Vandana beats that Richie fumbling, bumbling, stumbling Sokai 10-1 in the constituency of Chaguanas East. I want to tell you, before I leave the platform tonight, one of the major issues that we have been speaking about has to do with the issue of water distribution and water production. You know it in your constituency right here in Chaguanas East, in the neighboring constituency of Carney Central, in the neighboring constituency of Chaguanas West, in the constituency of Chaguanas East. Central Trinidad continues to suffer for water just as south. When Dave Tanku talks about geographical discrimination, we know the spite and the malice meted out to our constituencies by the People's National Movement. We have said to you time and time again that the PNM is intent on raising water and electricity prices once or if. But we must not take God off our thoughts and put back the People's National Movement. We saw last week the new Minister of Public Utilities jump out of himself, opening a standpipe somewhere in Trinidad, saying, well, when the reporters asked him, are you going to increase the electricity and water rates before the election or after the election? This is the same man who told the IMF, it is documented in the Article 4 consultation that Trinidad and Tobago will increase its revenue collection through water and electricity rates. Those are not my words. Those are not the words of the UNC. That is what Colin Imbert told the International Monetary Fund. That is what they told the Central Bank. That is what they told Moody's, Standard & Poor's. So we know what is their intention. But when their political backs against the wall, and they know that people are ready to vote them out, because even PNM people in enterprise, PNM people throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago is saying that the PNM must go. Even PNM people want the PNM to go. But brothers and sisters, this election, you know, I recall when I was facing the issue when we were going to all the public consultations, your own member of parliament stood up for you, and she too represented you at those public consultations, fighting the hikes in electricity prices. Today, it is almost 2 years since the government has received the report from the Regulated Industries Commission to increase electricity prices. But it was because of the representation of Vandana, Saddam, Dr. Munilal, myself, going to those public consultations, pushing back, Rishi Sicharan, you were there, pushing back against the government, that we ensure that our voices was heard throughout the length and breadth of this country, that they could not take out of their thoughts to institute new electricity rates. Tonight I want to tell you, while Colm Imbert is hemming and hawing because he knows very well that the people of Trinidad and Tobago is waiting to see what is the government's position on the increased water rates. Tonight I want to raise a very important issue before I go, and it has to do with the report coming from WASA, because I have explained to you that in order for them to increase water rates, they have already finished the process to increase electricity rates. They have almost completed the process to increase the water rates. They have already received, the Regulated Industries Commission has received the business model and the business plan from WASA. That has already been reviewed. The government has told the Regulated Industries Commission, wait, Dorothy, wait. Wait, Dorothy, wait. Because they're telling them, wait for after the election, because they do not want the political backlash. Will you stand for that here in Chaguanas East? Where are you going to get the residual income to pay increased water rates, electricity rates, and Saddam told you about property tax? So brothers and sisters, we must call them out. So we have called them out on the electricity rate. Colin Membert is claiming that WASA has not sent the business plan to Regulated Industries Commission. You hear lie? That is lie. That is lie. They are at the final stage of completing the water rates. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, if we take God out of our thoughts and put back the People's National Movement, the very first thing will be to institute new water and electricity rates. Tonight, as I stand here in the battleground constituency of Chaguanas East, I ask you, will you stand up and fight with us? Will you stand with our political leader, the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar? Will you stand with your member of parliament and ensure by 5 p.m. on election day she can be called a member of parliament for Chaguanas East once more? Will you work with us to ensure young Saddam Hussein returns and Baratarias and won? Will you work with us to ensure the OWTU, the PSA, and all interest groups stand with the United National Congress? Brothers and sisters, tonight I ask you to recommit yourselves. Ensure that you are emboldened, you are strengthened, because onward we go to victory, starting with Chaguanas East, right here, supporting the wonderful, the dynamic, the hardworking, the effervescent, not the fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, but an MP that is present and an MP that works for you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Because when Vandana works, everyone wins. When the UNC wins, everyone wins. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for your love and support. And go out there and support your member of parliament, our dear sister, Vandana Mohit. You could not have asked for a better candidate here in the constituency of Chaguanas East. I thank you.
Vote UNC, one love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC, one love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins.
Thank you very much for that fiery speech by candidate-select for Cuba South, Barry Padarat. You know, can the owner of PCP 3899 kindly attend to your vehicle immediately, please? There is someone that needs to move. There is an urgency there. Can you please move it so that the resident can attend to the emergency? You know, that phrase that Barry used there, mumbling, fumbling, stumbling. That's sounding real nice, because that fits the description of the opposition member who wants to fight in this Chaguanas East. You know, when you really compare our candidate with mumbling, fumbling, stumbling Richie Sukai, he is in no class whatsoever. And you know, he's a fella that we cannot trust. Just before he became a senator in the PNM government, 2 nights before that, he sat with us at the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, planning and talking against the PNM government and plans that they should do for Chaguanas. Now he has gone there, he has done nothing. What will he do when you put him as your member of parliament for Chaguanas East? That will never happen. We will vote our candidate, someone who has shown true representation. Our candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the time to bring on another candidate, this one who has served in Orapuchis, a long-standing member of parliament. They call him the Lion, but I want to call him the Roaring Lion, because when he speaks, all the PNM pipsqueaks, all the PNM mouse put their tail behind their legs and they stay quiet, because when the lion roars, his voice is heard. Let us welcome the member and the candidate for Orapuchis, Dr. Rudal Munilal. Put your hands together for him.
When UNC wins,
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And good evening to all of you assembled here for this community meeting in the constituency of Chaguanas East. May I begin by expressing greetings and salutations to our parliamentary colleagues in our audience, the very distinguished Member of Parliament for Princestown, the candidate for Couva South, the Honorable Barry Padarat, the Member of Parliament for Sawa Barataria and candidate in the upcoming election, our very distinguished brother Saddam Hussein is here as well. Our candidate and Member of Parliament for Caroni East, Dr. Richie Sicharan, is also here with us. I recognize, of course, other members of the local government fraternity, the Deputy Mayor of Chaguanas, members of the executive of the constituency of Arapuch East. I want to recognize especially now our hostess, our dear sister, our firebrand Member of Parliament, and the next Member of Parliament for the constituency of Chaguanas East, the very distinguished Vandana Mohit. Members of the National Executive, our Public Relations Officer, Dr. Kirk Megu, is also with us. May I say a special hello to a very dear brother and friend, Pandit Haridev Maharaj is here. And I want to say a very special salutation to Pandit. And you may not know, but Pandit came to our family home 40 years ago, Rishi, when he came at our family home in St. Madeleine. My guru was also from Chaguanas, the late Pandit Rabindranath Maharaj. And every year when we did Ramayana and so on, Pandit Haridev would be there. So it's my great pleasure to see you. And it brings back wonderful memories of our home and our prayer and our devotion. May I also welcome our viewers and listeners through the various social media platforms with us. I know our friends abroad are always with us. And the thousands, I understand we have now 4,000, is it? 5,000 viewers are now locked on to this meeting. And when we checked earlier, there was another wake at Harris Promenade. And they had, how much was it? 378? 378 viewers. They couldn't even meet Brian Lara record. They couldn't even meet Brian Lara record in San Fernando. But that is not surprising, and I will talk about that in a few minutes. But brothers and sisters, we are here with you in Chaguanas East in support of a great Member of Parliament, of a dynamic sister, of a charismatic speaker, of a woman, a young lady with compassion and heart who has represented this area with distinction. We have a little personal, private exchange joke, more or less, and I will tell you, and I'm sure Vandana will not mind. But normally in the parliament, I sit in the front row, and Vandana is in the back, correct? Behind me. And every time I come in parliament, I would come with my bag and my jacket and tie and so on, and I would sit. But I never ever carry a pen on me. I never take a pen because I lose pen over the years, you know. I always lose a pen. You know, every time I go leave home with a pen, I lose it. I leave it somewhere. So I don't walk with a pen. And from the time I sit on my chair, Vandana would lean over, look, a pen. So I think right now at my home, I have about 50 pens that belong to Vandana. But we have worked very closely together over the years. She has represented the people with passion, with deep concern, with a great heart, and with a certain strength and power. Her concern with social development, with issues relating to social policy, with issues relating to the protection of workers. She has demonstrated that over several years in the Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And today, I find absolutely no difficulty in standing before you to endorse her as the next member of parliament for the constituency of Chaguanas East. And if it is the will of God, as expressed by the will of the people, that we are returned to office on April 28th, I want to assure you that Vandana Mohib will serve as a fantastic, outstanding minister of any cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. So tonight we are here and we endorse Vandana, our sister. But when I see the amount of you assembled on this ground here, in your numbers for what really is termed a community meeting, but this looked more like a national meeting. With the energy, with the electricity, with the people, I want to assure you that we will win Chaguanas East, we will win Chaguanas West, we will win Couva North, we will win Couva South, we will take the entire Caroni Belt, as we normally do. There's a fella running here in these parts. Now, to be honest with you, I know the fella many years now, but I know his family too. So I don't want to say anything bad about this fella. Now, I cannot say anything good about him. He's a PNM. So look at the position I am now. I can't say nothing good. I can't say nothing bad. But he came to the parliament. He came to the parliament some time ago, and I had this opportunity to sit with him in a meeting of what is called the National Security Joint Select Committee on National Security. And when this fella came, a young member of parliament and so on, I knew his family many years. Anytime he started to talk, when we started, he wanted to know about diesel and gas and premium and regular and thing. I had to tell him, but you can't do that. There's a rule in parliament that you can't pursue your self-interest. In the parliament, there's a standing order against that. I told him, you can't come here and ask the police and the army what diesel they're using. That was his concern about diesel. So I want to tell you tonight, we are here to support a candidate who has the concern of the people, not the concern of a business, not the concern of a trade, not the concern of entrepreneurial business, the business of the people. And Richie Sukai in this part here, I want to tell you something. He must not win even his deposit. I want you to take away his deposit in Chaguanas East for being outlandish and rude and out of place to put up his name as a candidate in Chaguanas East. Chaguanas East has fallen, I believe, only once to the PNM, sometime in 2007, unless I am mistaken, when they had some kind of crazy fella running around here. But since then, Chaguanas East has been in the safe hands of the United National Congress. And it must remain so. And you can ask for no better candidate and no better representation than given by our sister Vandana. You can ask for no better. No constituency could ask for a better representative. Over the years in Parliament, I have watched her as a senior member. She has filed questions in the Parliament. And her questions generally are not really about big international issues and national business. She has asked questions, always pursuing the interests of her constituents. When she filed motions in the Parliament, it's about the interests of her constituents. That is what she files. When she asks questions, it's about interest, social security, social development of the people of Chaguanas East. So tonight, the choice is really not a hard choice. In this area, it's not a hard choice, it's a simple choice. In the country, it's not a hard choice either, it's a simple choice. This election is about saving Trinidad and Tobago. On April 28th, we have to make a decision. We have to rescue and save this country from Keith Rowley and Stuart Young. I said last night at Debe Junction that Stuart Young cannot lead any political party. He has no leadership skill, no expertise, no experience. He's a failure as a minister of government. I said that. Tonight, I want to go further with that discussion with you. They cannot change Trinidad and Tobago. They are destroying our country. So if you take God out of your thoughts and you vote for them, nothing will change. Absolutely. You know what they're coming with now? They're coming with a kind of story that Rowley gone, Stuart Young knew, and we must give him a chance. Give him a chance because he knew he now come, maybe he might do something good. Rowley gone. But that is hogwash. It is the same old, same old. You cannot have a new chapter in an old book. It is the same. Rowley has gone, but Rowley has remained in the person of Stuart Young. Today the PNM is splitting apart. They are deflated because Stuart Young cannot lead them. He cannot lead. He cannot lead whether it's in Chaguanas East, Chaguanas West, or in what that place, La Hoqueta Talparo. He cannot lead. Their party is divided, and our party is united as it has never been united before. And across this country, when you meet people now, you know what people tell me without I telling them? They say, when the UNC wins. I didn't hear you clearly. When the UNC wins. When the UNC wins. People are telling me that anywhere I go because people are sensing victory. There is a momentum now. I don't know. Do you feel it? Do you feel it in your bones? And it's not arthritis, huh? You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your muscle. Today I was in Port of Spain meeting some folks there conducting some business. And you know what they tell me? They say, I want to tell you something. In Port of Spain, which has historically been PNM, there is a momentum. The UNC is on a momentum, on an upward drive. We are riding a wave. And as Shakespeare said, there's a tide in the affairs of men when taken at the flood, leads on to victory. Good. On such a tide are we now afloat. And anywhere you go, even Port of Spain, people are saying the momentum is with the UNC. Every night you look at the news, you look at the TV, you read the papers, people are joining us. They are coming to us. There's a particular person, I don't want to call name and so on. He has been with the PNM for 30 years. 30 years as an officer. He joined our UNC campaign recently, so I went to him. I said, my brother, what happened to you? All these years, why seeing you? You are PNM. You know what he said to me? And it was very instructive. He said, I never left the PNM. I watched him straight. I said, look at you in your yellow UNC jersey. He said, I never left the PNM. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, the PNM left me. And the PNM abandoned their own. When they increased gas prices, when they took away food cards, when they closed down Petrotrin, when they created more unemployment, they abandoned their own. We never abandoned them, you know. The PNM abandoned their own supporters. And that is why today the PNM members are joining us in droves throughout Trinidad and Tobago. I had calls to tell the man, I said, brother, 30 years I know you in San Fernando as a PNM. I born and grew up with you as a PNM. He said, I will leave them. I said, when all you leave Balize house, take off the lights, because you know Rowley don't like nobody to keep on lights and things. He does get vexed if you keep on the light. Take off the lights in Balize house because they have all gone. Their meetings now is awake. You ever go the first night of awake by a family house? Everybody talking quiet. Because at that time people become louder, secret laughing. The first night you don't be loud. The second and third night awake you'll be loud. They are in the first night of awake. And in San Fernando we saw photographs and video a few minutes ago. They had about 10 people, 2 stray dogs and a crapo. In Harris Promenade. Faris Alwari will lose that seat in San Fernando West to Dr. Michael Dowlat. And brothers and sisters, we have a great and sacred and noble responsibility to return Kamla Persad Bissessa as Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It is not that we want to return Kamla or we want to return Munilal or Padarat or whatever to ministerial office, to government. It's not that. That is not our calling. That is not what we are about. We are about saving Trinidad and Tobago and our children and our children's children. This country was a paradise between 2010 and 2015. We had jobs. We created over 50,000 jobs. You remember that? Petrotrin was operational. We had foreign exchange. Brothers and sisters, any one of you ever thought you would reach the day where a businessman goes into a bank to beg for $200? Man, we used to have that in the wallet. That was petty change in the wallet. Today, a businessman tell you he going to the bank, he begging for $200 US. In St. Kitts, St. Lucia, Barbados, if you go into a parlor and you buy a Coca-Cola, you get the change in US dollars. They have. Rowley has taken this country, Stuart Young has taken this country and made it one of the poorest countries in the Caribbean. They have destroyed the economy. They have destroyed the economy. They have destroyed the youth of this country. I mean, I can't get into crime tonight. I mean, what has happened to our beloved nation with crime? The U.S. Embassy issued what they call a travel advisory a few weeks ago, and they tell people not to come here. Not to come here. Don't come here. That's what is happening. Imagine we have a visa to go to the United Kingdom, to go to England. Your parents and grandparents during their time, they used to jump on a boat and go to England. And when they come out in England, they just walk through Liverpool or whatever port city they arrive at. Today, you need a visa to go there. Under Keith Rowley and Stuart Young. And don't let Stuart Young get away, no. He is not new. He is not new. I want to tell you something. That is stale bread. That is small pin stale bread. That is not new. We do not have to give him a chance. He had a chance for 10 years. And he failed. I said last night NGC lost $500 million when he was Minister of Energy. What will change now if we give him a chance? He will lose $1 billion. Don't give him a chance. He does not deserve a chance. He worked with Rowley closely. You remember all the trips of the world. He went with Rowley as Rowley caddy boy. Rowley playing golf and he dragging the bag behind. That is what happened. It have no place on the earth. Stuart Young didn't go. Stuart Young traveled more on this planet than Marco Polo. He's traveled more. So what he want now, a chance to travel again? More? Oh Lord, I can't repeat that. He has gone everywhere. He has been Minister of National Security, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Minister in the Ministry of Attorney General and Legal Affairs, Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs, which he is still, by the way, he's still. What has he done? If I ask you, brothers and sisters, what has he done that you could remember? None of you can remember. You know what you remember? During the height of the COVID, elderly citizens of Trinidad and Tobago were stranded in Barbados. They went on a tourist trip, some cruise or something. COVID came. Our elderly brothers and sisters, citizens of this country, I believe around 30 or more, were stranded in Barbados. They begged, they plead, they cried, they wept, and asked Stuart Young to open the border for them to arrive in Piarco to join their family. He said no. He said no. He left them begging in Barbados for water and for food and for blanket. You all remember that? Mia Mottley, the Prime Minister of Barbados, appealed to this country and said, open your borders and take your own citizens. Stuart Young said no. He left them to suffer in Barbados. They were begging for food and water. They were begging for shelter. They were citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I want to tell you something. Whether you live in Chaguanas East, Port of Spain, Arima, Point Fortin, or Rapuchis, you are a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. We carry the blood. We carry the blood of Trinidad and Tobago in our veins. How heartless could you be to leave your citizens to suffer in another jurisdiction, in another country? Tell me, how heartless could you be? That is Stuart Young. When the divers were trapped in a pipeline in Pointe-à-Pierre, the divers, you all remember that? They were trapped for about 4 days and 4 nights. He was Minister of Energy. He could not call in an expert team from Mexico, from America, Houston, and other places that would have landed here in 6 hours to engage in a rescue operation. You know what he did? He told the Coast Guard, all you try to help if all you could help now. They gone down there with a piece of rope to see if they could bail out people from a pipeline. That is Stuart Young. The divers, they died. Their families suffer to this day. Their families have not received a cent from Stuart Young and this government. Could you imagine that? And $50 million spent on a commission of inquiry. That is his legacy to this country. And you want to give him a chance? Will you give him a chance? Will you elect him to power? Do you want him as a prime minister? And I make one distinction. I'll tell you something. I have worked with Kamla Persad-Bissessar in and out since 1997, 98, somewhere there. I have worked with her closely when she was prime minister of this country. And you know what I told persons? I told persons that if it was, God forbid, an accident like that happened under the watch of Kamla Persad-Bissessar, brothers and sisters. If it happened under Kamla Persad-Bissessar, I can assure you, brothers and sisters, she would have been down there on the ground at Petrotrin. She would have been on the ground at Petrotrin. She would have summoned at least 6 ministers who have involvement there. And you know what she would have said? She would have said to us, including me, spare no cost. Spare no cost. Get whoever you have to get and save the lives of those divers. She would have been there embracing the women, the children. She would have provided food and water for them. And she would have told us, spare no expense, we must save their lives. That is leadership. We have a prime ministerial candidate with a heart, with compassion, with expertise, with the skill, and now with the track record to save Trinidad and Tobago. When you look, you know what this election is about? I mean, I don't want to undervalue me. I don't want to undervalue candidates and so on, because we are all great value. This election really is to choose a prime minister. That's what Westminster politics does. It chooses a prime minister. A prime minister, primus inter pares, is the first among equals. The prime minister is the head of cabinet and head of government. When you vote, you really choose a prime minister. And the prime minister will choose his or her team to manage the affairs in a cabinet, because we have a parliamentary majority. You have to weigh. This country has to look at the 2 candidates that are on show. We have no third party, no fourth party, no fifth party here. We have pop-up party and, as they say, pop-down party. And some of them are being sponsored by the PNM. The PNM is putting money in 1 or 2 of those parties to split the vote. But even the money can't split no vote. They can't. But the point I'm making is you are choosing a prime minister. Do you choose Stuart Young or do you choose Kamla Persad-Bissessar? That's all. If you can remember Kamla Persad-Bissessar 2010 to 2015, you will remember that the children had laptops and they are now voting. The young people access gate and they are now voting. They had money in their pockets. You know, the other day somebody told me, I couldn't believe it, because, you know, my mind too, I myself picking up to some years. The last time public servants got an increase in salary was 2013. because they rejected 4%, of course. The last time we had increase in old age pension was, we says, when? Under Kamla Prasad Bisesa. The last time this country enjoyed social security for the poor people was under Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And today, those people are depending on you in Chaguanas East to come out in your numbers and vote for the United National Congress. Kamla Prasad Bisesa stands ahead, way ahead of Stuart Young as a prime ministerial candidate. So we cannot allow this country to go backward. In closing, brothers and sisters, I would tell you tonight that we have a choice to make. History has placed on our collective shoulders a great decision. This is a moment of greatness and history in this country. After 10 years of the PNM, this country is suffering. The children are suffering. The adults are suffering. The elderly is suffering. Our young people are lost to crime. We are lost to poverty. And there is only one human being in this country now that has answered the call, has answered a noble call to serve Trinidad and Tobago and to save this country, and that is Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So on election day, that is the choice you are making. If, God forbid, and somebody vote for Sukai, they are voting for Stuart Young. They are voting for Stuart Young, who has no record of performance, of delivery, who cannot even motivate his own party. I have the news here coming out. I have hot news for you. Fresh from the press, I think. And they are saying now, oh my. Kivan, you sure this is true, boy? I don't want to get no false business here and end up. As of now, we have here 5,200 viewers looking on with us. We want to thank all of you tonight for joining us live. And as of now, we have the same time in San Fernando. They have... What? I don't get my glasses here. They have 1,600 viewers. We have 5,200 for a community meeting in Chaguanas East, and at a national campaign mass meeting in San Fernando, they have 1,600 viewers. Well, the bad news for them is I think tonight they peak. That is their peak. They have reached the highest they can reach. I cannot believe 600 foolish people viewing them. I can't believe that. That must be a mistake, I feel. But I want to tell you tonight in closing that the choice is clear. We will support our candidate, our beloved sister in Chaguanas East, and return her for a next term of office as the Member of Parliament. I think I told her some time ago, unless I'm mistaken and correct me, my mind has moved quick. This place has had, in Chaguanas East, this constituency was created in 2007. There was a crazy PNM fella here in 2007. In 2010, the Member of Parliament was UNC, correct? In 2015, the Member of Parliament was UNC, correct? In 2020, the Member of Parliament was UNC. But they were never the same Member of Parliament. Am I correct? Our sister is on the verge of becoming the first ever Member of Parliament to be returned as a Member of Parliament for the constituency of Chaguanas East. And I am confident on election night, she will be returned to serve you with compassion, with love, with dedication, and with commitment. Long live the great people of Chaguanas West. Long live the political leader, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And long live our struggle for unity. Long live our struggle for equality. And long live our struggle for justice. Thank you and God bless you all.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins.
Thank you, Dr. Munilal. The lion has roared, and I think the PNM is fizzling. Ladies and gentlemen, as you will have heard, the lion said, do not give Stuart Young a second chance. He's going out to the nation and saying, a new chapter, and a new cabinet that is trying to fool the people of Trinidad and Tobago is the same pack of jokers being shuffled in a new cabinet. We want to change them. We do not want an exchange. We're going to replace them by a caring, compassionate, United National Congress government. At this point in time, we're going to liven up the place a bit. We have a son of the soil who was born and bred, not only physically born and bred here, but his talent was born and bred in the constituency of Chaguanas East. He has a song that has attracted over 400,000 views, not only nationally but internationally. Let us welcome at this point in time to entertain Stubby Ranking.
Good night, Chaguanas East. This is the voice of Stubby, and I'm here to entertain the people of the UNC a little bit. Are you ready for some entertainment? Well, the name of this song, anybody know the name of this song? Get rid of them! All you know the name of the song? Let me hear you say it. Louder! All right, love all you. Brandon, kick it. Run it.
They say we not ready, but long time we waiting on them. Stubby ranks again.
Stubby ranks again, man.
Alongside my UNC friends. We come to get rid of them. How that? How that? How that? How that? Rowley send the whole country down a track. Now Stuart Young come fi finish mash it down flat. We give the people food card, they make that stop. We give the children laptop, they take that back. Now watch the bully upon the attack. Only poor people like him a combat. So let me tell you how to fix that. Get rid of them. Stuart Young and the whole PNM. Get rid of them. Cause everybody want better man. Get rid of them. And this year we no want no problems. And me rolling with the UNC. Then get rid of them. If you hear me grandparents, get rid of them. Down to all. They say we
don't know. Once a night,
a
we
long
gotta
time
do
we
it
waiting on
twice.
them. Stubby ranks again.
They say we are
alongside
ready,
my
you know.
UNC friends. We come to get rid of them. How that? How that? How that? How that? Rowley send the whole country down a track. Now Stuart Young come fi finish mash it down flat. We give the people food card, they make that stop. We give the children laptop, they take that back. Now watch the bully upon the attack. Only poor people like him a combat. So let me tell you how to fix that. Get rid of them. Stuart Young and the whole PNM. Get rid of them. Cause everybody want better men. Get rid of them. And this year we no want no problems. And me rolling with the UNC them. Get rid of them. If you hear me grandparents, get rid of them. Down to all the little children, get rid of them. Cause everybody want better men. And me rolling with the UNC. How that? When they come talk about property tax, the rich done rich, and that is a fact. Only the poor ones now I feel the impact. You're selling water, say him a watch that. Him tax all the parlor, tax all the shop. In a the grocery, him not stop raise VAT. It's like he was eating the that job flat. So here what we go do about that? Get rid of them. Stuart Young and all the events, get rid of them. Cause everybody want better men, get rid of them. But this year we no want no problems. And me rolling with the UNC, them get rid of them. If you hear me grandparents, get rid of them. Down to all the little children, get rid of them. To along Trinidad suffering, so we rolling with the UNC. You see the Duke government under the PNM. A 10 years pass and no improvement. You see the Duke government under the PNM. They lock down the country like a basement. Show them the train and they never fix that. I tell them how the road PNM no come back. Only when they want we vote at them a run back. Election turn now we can't contact. Get rid of them. Stuart Young and the whole PNM. Get rid of them. Cause everybody want better men. Get rid of them. And this year we no want no problems. And me rolling with the UNC them. Get rid of them. If you hear me grandparents, get rid of them. Down to all the little children. Get rid of them. Cause everybody want better men. And me rolling with the UNC them. How that? Our that, our that, our that. Rollies and the whole country down a track. No Stuart Young, comfy finish, mash it down flat. We give the people foot cat, they make that stop. We give the children laptop, they take that back. Now watch the bully upon the attack. Only poor people are him a combat. So let me tell you how to fix that. Get rid of them. Stuart Young and the whole PNM. Get rid of them. And everybody want better, man. Get rid of them. And this year we don't want no problems. And me rolling with the UNC, them. Get rid of them. If you hear me grandparents, get rid of them. Down to all the little children, get rid of them. Cause everybody want better, man. And me rolling with the UNC, them. How that? Thank you, thank you. Love Beyonce people, man. Love in the house.
Thank you very much, Stubby. And at the end of this program tonight, we will have some more of Stubby. And everybody is rolling with the UNC, moving forward to victory. Get rid of them. Come April 28th. They will be. That will be the end of them. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a time that we will hear from our candidate. We have heard so much about her, all the virtues, all the characteristics that were espoused about her. And I'm saying this evening, every single thing that was said is factual. There is nothing that has been said that is a fallacy or that is not fact. What more do you want? The representation will continue that we have gotten over the past 5 years. It will continue come April 28th to be part of the United National Congress government, where she will serve us with dignity, where the resources of the country will be available, where she will serve with distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome to the podium a vibrant, intelligent, energetic young woman. Her role as Member of Parliament in the past 5 years will continue. A former councillor, a former youngest mayor in the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. She works with us as councillors in the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. She works in cohesion with us. I am proud to stand here and endorse her, and she will be the next winning candidate for the general election, April 28th. Let us welcome, stand and welcome, our candidate, Ms. Vandana Mohit.
Trinidad, missing now is the time. Let's hear it from my home girl. Chaguanas scenes, let's take control. Let's hear it from my home girl. Vandana Mohit on the day of the post. Let's hear it from my home girl.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councillor Richard Sukhdeo, for your wonderful introduction. To all my colleagues present here, Dr. Munilal, MP and candidate for Kuva South, Bari Padarat, my brother and neighbor, Saddam Hussein, Sanwan Barataria, our village Pandit Hardev Maharaj, all councillors present here this evening, and to my fellow UNC family, thank you for being here. But most importantly, to my neighbors, Jerningham Junction, it is good to be home. This evening you are standing on the street where I grew up. Sometimes during my term and representation, I would have left you because I had other areas to service. But home will always be home. And I know Jerningham Junction is here. This evening you heard from our councillors, you heard from my deputy campaign manager, Mr. Guelmo. You heard from young people. You heard from sportsmen in our community. And what I am here to say to you, you have heard it all, and I am here to continue to serve you, the people of Chaguanas East. 12 years of service. Rain, sun, storm, COVID. I have been here with you, the people. This evening, I'm so happy to be on Gibson Street North. I see all my neighbors, people I grew up with, those who would call me cowgirl when I'm coming out the farm. All of us who went to school together, who took the bus together. I saw you here this evening, and I thank you for being here to support me on this journey. But most importantly, the woman who gave me the opportunity, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisessa, I want her to hear you wherever she is at this point. We started a little bit late, but I can tell you I have a competent team, and they are working day and night in this constituency to win this election. My friends of Jerningham, thanks to Dr. Munilal, last night he announced this thing big. Usually every evening we are pulling up in the communities, having a 1-hour meeting, and we are gone again. But what he did last night, we had to prepare different in Chaguanas East. Yes? So thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming into Jerningham. And thank all of you for leaving your busy schedule to be here with us, to support me in Chaguanas East. Chaguanas East is a battleground constituency. Everyone is saying, Vandana, you win already. Everyone is telling me you worked extremely hard. Listen, if you know I worked extremely hard, if you know you loved my representation on April 28th, you must go out there and vote for me to be the next MP. I am looking at the figures. Some of the things I can't say, well, Dr. Munilal Ambari said it. All right? But I have to tell you here this evening about my representation for you, the people of Chaguanas East. It has been a tiring journey. I have been working in this seat from the day I was elected as Member of Parliament. And this evening I want to say to all of you present here, I have worked as your councillor. I have worked as your mayor of Chaguanas. And I have worked as your Member of Parliament. Yesterday we were walking in Kunupia and the deputy mayor was saying to me, but Vandana, how you MP, how you know everybody name? Is everybody name you know? I say, Gil, that's when you work the place and you live good with everybody. In Parliament, I would have advocated for you, the constituents of Chaguanas East. But most importantly, as a young MP who entered, you heard, we entered green and we are leaving right, but we are not leaving, we are continuing. And one of the things that I saw as the greatest asset to the constituency of Chaguanas East and the country of Trinidad and Tobago is that of the young people. You just heard from Stubby. Stubby is my boy. And of course in Chaguanas East, once we go into government, I remind the people of Chaguanas East that you will see a professional studio for the youth of Chaguanas East, so they can be well trained into the culture of our country and they can produce their own music right here in Chaguanas East. We have served in this community. We have worked in this community. Right here in Jerningham, I can call every street for you. Gibson Street North and South, Lee Trace North and South, Foster Road, Punsami Lane, Mystery Trace, Chin Chin Trace, Endeavour Road, Jerningham Bridal Road, Diet Street, all of these streets would have benefited from our government in 2010 to 2015. I remember being a counselor, and when KD sent me out, I have to go and find road to fix, drain to fix, and we were doing that to ensure that this community of Jerningham was fixed whilst we were in government, so you, the people, can enjoy better infrastructure. We are in opposition for a few more days, but I can share with you that our councillors, you heard from all of them tonight, we are a united bunch of people, strong, resilient, capable, ready and willing to win on April 28th. Despite their lack of resources, they have been helping me throughout the length and breadth of Chaguanas East. But this evening, I want to remind the people that you must come out and vote in this constituency. Do not take this seat for granted. I'm looking at the figures, and someone told me that my opponent is counting numbers. But I want to say to him that when you work hard, you shall reap great rewards. I have worked with you, the people, and on April 28th, we shall reap great rewards here in this constituency. So they could count how much numbers. They could pave road from now until the 28th, what they never did before. They could walk Chaguanas East and come in Jerningham. I hear they in this area giving out hamper like they're going crazy. So for 5 years, they never knew the people needed things in this constituency. They want to do it in 3 or 4 months. I say to you, you saw me. I was here delivering to you, the people. So do not forget that on April 28th. I said to you that my focus mostly is on the children, the future of tomorrow. In that way, we deal with our community. We build strong men and women within our community, and we will deal with crime directly from that aspect. And Brandon, you have there for me, I want you to see, you heard from people tonight of the work in Chaguanas East. I want you to see for yourself what the young people in this constituency has to say when it comes to their representative.
Auntie Vandana. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Tamara, and I want to ask everyone to come out and vote for our Auntie Vandana. We all know how hard she works for our communities. She's strong, intelligent, and always looking out for the people. She's been such an inspiration to me, and I know she's made a difference in so many lives. Let's support someone who truly cares. Come out and vote for Auntie Vandana Mohit. Auntie Vandana. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Tamara.
That's just one.
Hi everyone, I'm just reminding you to vote for my Auntie Vandana. She impacted my life, Auntie Vandana, all the way.
Good day, my name is Dr. Mahabir, and I just want to have a little short testimony on my experience with Vandana Mohit, right? And how she has impacted me in a crucial point in my life. So like 2020, that was CSEC time for me, right? But it was also COVID time, so everything was shut down. And at that point, I didn't have a laptop, I didn't have a desktop, so I wasn't getting any work done at all. So we reached out to Vandana, and she was able to help us with a desktop from Ramp Logistics, right? And with that little push, I was able to get all my passes, all my subjects. Without that, I probably would have failed. So yeah, I'm real grateful for that. I just want to say that Vandana and her team, they do an excellent job with trying to educate the younger generation. Whether they need books, whether they need bags, whether they need computers, you name it, just ask and you'll receive. So all you vote for Auntie Vans, she will go and help all any long run. So make sure and vote.
So you are hearing it for yourselves. I tell you, very early in the morning, I sit with a notepad. Every day I'm in my MP's office. I sit with a pen and a notepad, and I work on the needs of the people in the constituency of Chaguanas East. Jerningham, Cunupia, Diet Street endeavor. I want to remind you people, do not fall for tricks. You have supported me. You have been my base in this constituency. And I want to remind all of you on April 28th, please let your families come out and cast their vote next to the rising sun for Vandana Mohit and Chaguanas East. I shared with you that I have lobbied in the parliament for this constituency. You have heard it time and time again, the S-Ben. I continue to lobby for that project, a project which the contract was cancelled because of a pipeline. I want you to remember when the Bridal Road Bridge was being constructed, nobody stood with you except Vandana Mohit. The minister in the Ministry of Works and Transport never came one day on Bridal Road to see what were the issues facing the residents. He's walking this community. He's saying to persons in this community, well, nah, 1 year was small thing, fall it away. He does not even understand how we traverse through the streets of Chaguanas East. If you don't understand Chaguanas East, you think you could represent Chaguanas East? Well, the first things first, I do not even know if he knows where he's from. He told all of his colleagues he's from Chaguanas East, but I think he mixed up the boundaries. He's from Chaguanas West. He says to everyone he has been a businessman in this community and a part of the business chamber. I want to tell you this evening, many of the businessmen don't even like him. They couldn't even talk to him when he was the president of the Chaguanas Business Chamber. So he's counting on their support, but I'm calling on those businessmen who helped me whilst I was in opposition. Do not be fooled, and I thank you for your support, but do not make that mistake and support that gentleman. That gentleman called Richie Sukai, he has no shame. He said the UNC wasted millions in building a walkover for you at the Diwali Nagar site. He said that, and he stand up next to Rohan Sinanan doing a video to tell you how good the highway is when you're dancing so on the highway. He's standing on the same walkover when he sat whilst we were in government with our Minister of Works and other agencies, and he lobbied as well as the president for that very walkover. Today he's saying we wasted millions. And a few days ago, he's standing on the walkover saying the highway is good, doing an interview. But you all looked at that interview? In that interview, they're so afraid to have that gentleman talk. Rohan Sinanan is standing next to him in every video that he's doing. And he just listening to make sure he doesn't make any errors, because he has to remind him what Diwali is, right? So he's just standing next to him, propping him to make sure he says the right thing. I can say to you that the opposition leader and political leader placed me in the constituency of Chaguanas East, and she did so proudly, and I can initiate any initiative for my party in this constituency without anybody standing next to me, chucking me with a shoulder, telling me what to say, and I don't even know what to say still. That is Richie Sukai. I want to remind you that I am brighter than him. I can represent better than him. I am stronger than him. I can speak better than him. I am more good looking than him. And on April 28th, I want to ask you, my neighbors, set the standard in Chaguanas East. Go out there and support the home girl over the pink poodle. I have lobbied for you. We have been able to work in partnership with state agencies despite being in opposition. We have been able to get a lot of work done for you. But in Jerningham, tonight I want to share with you, as a councillor, we would have initiated that Kunupia Police Youth Club project right there in Ramsaran Street. when we left government, the youth club suffered for labor funds. I asked time and time again, but arrogant Hines had no answer for you, the people of Chaguanas East. He ragged me up. But you know, I don't afraid that. I give him back. But what I want to say to you this evening, after April 28th, when we take the government of Trinidad and Tobago, I will seek to ensure that police youth club will be the first state-of-the-art center on the eastern side of Chaguanas. I am giving you that assurance today. When you look at Chaguanas East, we have no proper hall. We have no good state-of-the-art facility. We will ensure that in Chaguanas East, that Cunupia Police Youth Club will be constructed and it will facilitate different events in the constituency of Chaguanas East. I want to remind you this evening that I have done my best. I have done my best in your interests. I leave my mom at home. I leave everything and I come out to serve you without fear or favor. Sometimes some people say to me, but Vandana, you're only an enterprise. Well, if it means I have to leave here to win everywhere, I will be an enterprise as well. But you know why I have to do it, Jerningham? I want to remind you, I have to win everywhere. I have to serve everybody. And I know you, the people, can show up at my doorstep at any time. Call me at any time, and you will just get service delivery right away. I want to share with you. You see, I have so much to share about what I have done. If I really go to stand here, I'll be talking into tomorrow. Fire victims in my constituency, I would have built over homes for them in 5 years. Over 5 homes in the constituency of Chaguanas East. I would have gotten house grants, provided housing materials right here in the community of Jerningham and Cunupia. Of course, helping people to get water connections, helping you to get street lights repairs, helping you to have all the water courses cleared in the constituency so that we do not get flooding here. I have been doing all of this work. When you want your pension form filled out and stamped, when you're having problem to get your pension after 8 months, when you're getting problems to get your NIS after 9 months, 1 year, 2 years, and you come by Vandana, I do letters, and then a couple weeks later, most of you say to me, I have gotten through. And of course, you know, social support is dear to my heart. Monthly distribution of hampers. People call me fisherwoman. But if I know in time of need I must get something and go out to my people, whether it be fish, chicken, veggies, I will be out there to serve my people. A good few people whilst walking said to me, they will never forget during COVID, I was there at their doorstep with bread and fish, and they remember Jesus Christ. These people are saying that to me when I walk this constituency. Chaguanas East, Jerningham, I want you to remember that I love this constituency. Service to home is service to God. I will continue to serve where I live first. I'm asking you, you have given me the opportunity to serve where I live. I'm asking you for another opportunity to serve outside of where I live in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. I want you to also remember that during COVID, when you had a lot of difficulties in Chaguanas, I would have been your mayor of Chaguanas. In the middle of the night, I was out there sanitizing the market, sanitizing the streets, so we can continue to have an open place for food in the borough of Chaguanas. I had to leave there in the capable hands of Faiq Mohammed, but I have never stopped serving you. I want you to remember that in the last 5 years, in the last 5 years, you would have seen who? You would have seen me. They say I'm a little chimney moving all over. Well, boy, when I go anywhere in this constituency, that thing rolling in anywhere. So I could go in, come out without anybody telling me how to reverse, and I'm looking like a woman who can't drive. Yes? So I love that chimney, and I'll continue to serve in it. When it's Valentine's Day, I've said to the people of Enterprise, I don't study no boyfriend. When it's Valentine's Day, I take gifts. I go to the disabled children in the constituency of Chaguanas East, and I spend my day with them. So I have given my life in service to my home, to my community. Today I want to ask of you, if you are a new voter and you are asking yourselves, why should you vote for Vandana Mohit? These are the reasons why. I serve my community proud, and I will continue to serve my community with resilience, because my watchwords here are strengthening lives, empowering lives, and strengthening communities. I have lived in the constituency of Chaguanas East. I have worked in the constituency of Chaguanas East. And I have grown in the constituency of Chaguanas East. And those are my watchwords here in this constituency, because I want you, the people, to live in Chaguanas East, to work in Chaguanas East, and to grow right here in your community. Of course, every festival, when they say are passing late in the night, with Diwali, with Christmas, all kinds of things, making noise with these very same fellas on the music truck. Some people want to know why I'm passing so late. But listen, I have to be everywhere. I have to serve everyone. And whether it be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, once we have to get it done in this constituency, we will get it done for you, the people. So friends all, I want to close, but I see the farmers of Jerningham to the back. And I want to remind all farmers in the constituency of Chaguanas East, I have been at your service when the Ministry of Agriculture neglected you, when the Ministry of Works and Transport neglected you. I went into this pocket of the businessmen, found $35,000 to clean the water course for my farmers so they can feed our community. I tell you, if I go to share the work of this constituency with you, I will be talking until tomorrow. But you have heard it from my people. They say to you, I work with everyone. I do not discriminate. I do not watch UNC and PNM in this constituency. I serve everyone with dignity and with pride. So I want to ask you to continue to support me. Friends all, we have a four-party fight in this constituency of Chaguanas East. You have the UNC, you have the PNM, you have the NTA, and you have the Patriotic Front. They have all placed candidates here. They say don't talk about split vote. But I want to remind you to continue to remember that we should only focus on a two-party fight. You see, one of them with a mic, you can't even see the person. And the other one with some gun video, telling you he work in Haiti. What Haiti have to do with Trinidad and Cunupia? You think he coming to serve you? He said he has worked with me and walked with me. I never saw him in any of my walks. So do not be fooled. People of Jerningham, keep your brand as your UNC. Do not forget that. And of course, Richie Sukai, I ask of you, do not be fooled. And I want to remind everyone, you see this little girl they call Vandana Mohit? Don't get tied up and don't get waxed. I get rid of one old man called Clarence Rambarat. They bring a middle-aged something for me, and I will wipe him out on April 28th. I give you that assurance. If But one thing I will never do is break my focus. And do not break your focus. I want to remind you that I have a capable team. Everywhere that I walk, people in this constituency are saying to me that your staff is nice. They are wonderful when we go to your office. They liaise with me. They contact me. You always see a car pulling up, dropping something for the people. You always hearing something coming for you. Where have you seen an MP who provides pillow top mattress for her people? Not the normal thing with little spring in it. That is your MP for Chaguanas East providing to you, my constituents. To my fellow people of Jerningham, I want to remind you that Jerningham plays a critical role in this election. And before I go, I want to also say to you, the people, that in this constituency, do not take this election for granted. I want, because we are on a live stream here, I want to ask, you see Sikono Sika out here, I want to ask the people of Lange Park, please come out and vote in your numbers. If we are to win this seat, you must vote, Lange Park. The people of Warrenville, I want to ask of you to come out in your numbers and vote. My opponents are counting numbers. The people of Cunupia, Jerningham, Dyot Street, you must come out and vote. The people of Endeavour, Hassarat, you must come out here and vote. Do not say Vandana win already. I'm warning you. If you say Vandana win already and you continue doing your house chores and you do not go to vote, we will be in serious trouble in this constituency. And of course, the people of Enterprise, given that we are on a live stream. By the way, I'm walking in Enterprise and you can't hear nothing about the PNM. All the people singing Vandana Mohit. And I want to also remind you that, I want to share with you, whilst walking Enterprise, you know all them fellas and thing from the different groups, you know what is the word on the ground? When you ask them about the candidate and how things going, they are saying to me, let me give you the exact words, all of them, well, me even self know he. That is what the people are telling me. Well, girl, me and even self know he. So people do not know this man. He's now introducing himself. I have been here with you. You know what you have. You don't know what you are going to get. So I ask of you, stay focused. Because when the UNC wins, everybody wins. In the community of Cunupia, you have had safety and security issues. You see those blue lights? Thank you to the police. But the UNC will ensure that the community patrols are back up and running here in the constituency of Chaguanas East and by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. To the jobless, we created 50,000 jobs. We will do it again. To our pensioners, once the UNC goes into government, fear not about your pension. But if you stay home and you do not vote, or you vote for the PNM, note your pension in trouble. The disabled people, remember you got nothing. You got nothing under the PNM. They're now trying to tell you they're bringing legislation. I want to share one thing with you before I leave. Under the instruction of the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and of course Barry guided me plenty there with the social services because he was doing that before I entered the parliament. The PNM kicked out the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago from Carson Field, a building that the UNC built. The leader spoke with me and said, Vandana, do something. We gave them a spot at the Chaguanas Borough Corporation to carry out therapy classes for the cerebral palsy children. But then the business community again saw, and Price Club Supermarket gave them a round of applause. Price Club Supermarket said to me, I'll give you a space for free. Bring them. Bring the people. Bring the people. Let's deal with this quickly. Let us deal with this quickly. Well, I can say to you, although I'm not the Minister of Social Development, I've had the opportunity to shadow it. Under Kamla Prasad Bisesa, our leader, and we would have provided a building with the business community for the Cerebral Palsy Society and the CKFTO so that they can carry out therapy and have a home. So when the PNM threw out the children, we found a home for the children, all in opposition. So I want to remind you that we work for you. The UNC works. When the UNC works, and let me hear you. When the UNC works, everybody wins. So on April 28th, my friends, if you really like my work and representation, you will go out there in your numbers and you will vote to keep your home girl. You will defend your home girl on April 28th. I look forward to advocating for you continuously. So I ask of you, vote for me, continue to love me. I love all of my villagers and my constituents, and I will continue to represent you. Long live our political leader. Long live all of my colleagues. Long live you, my constituents of Chaguanas East. And on April 28th, we shall celebrate victory for our party, the United National Congress. I thank you very much.
When come the thing called election time, everyone get around and join the line. Vote for Vandana, she's a one of a kind. Chaguanas East is about to shine. Trinidad, missing now is the time. Let's hear it from my home girl. Chaguanas East, let's take control. Let's hear it from my home girl. Bandana moment on the day of the post.
Ladies and gentlemen, all you hear, woman, that is woman. Richie Suka is no match for our candidate, Vandana Mohan. And Stuart Young is no match for the new incoming Prime Minister, the Honorable Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa. I just want to say a special thank you to everyone who came out here tonight, all the speakers, everyone who came out. Just a special thank you. Without you, ladies and gentlemen, this would not have been a success. And I wanted to leave you with one thing. While we may all be suffering, I want to tell you, as the Bible says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning under the United National Congress government. And we all have refreshments. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go. There are refreshments available. God bless you. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father.
Tonight, a live UNC Town Hall. Your questions on crime and public safety answered. Moderated by Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Crime and Public Safety. Tonight from Centerpoint Auditorium, Chaguanas. 8 p.m. on TV6 and all streaming platforms.
When UNC